You are listening to WABC 77. Time for the Robert Patrick Show.
Good morning, New York. It's your friend Robert Patrick here with the morning news. Today's headline is surprisingly not about the coronavirus. Over the Easter break, there was a severe tornado outbreak across the southeast, with tornadoes reported in Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, North and South Carolina, and Tennessee. The death toll for these weather systems stand at 32 people. The damage estimates cost around $400 million. If we didn't have enough to deal with in America right now. President Donald Trump declared a state of emergency for Tennessee after a deadly tornado struck Chattanooga last night during the outbreak. And let me remind you, Tennessee was struck by another powerful tornado earlier in February in Nashville. Now, federal aid will be provided to the city to help recovery efforts. But one of the big questions is, should people affected by the tornadoes temporarily disregard social distancing rules in order to help their neighbors during the crisis? I have Fox News medical contributor Mark Siegel and Dr. Alex McFarland, a Christian evangelist, to discuss this topic later on in the show. But first, we're going to talk about a mysterious broadcast interruption that occurred during a tornado warning in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Local resident and YouTuber Hawkmoth EAS filmed the playing of the emergency alert system during a tornado warning when the broadcast was interrupted with a strange message that an alien race was going to attack the planet if we did not stop the overuse of our natural resources. Naturally, this video spooked many residents of Chattanooga who were already suffering from an imminent tornado threat. President Trump was asked about this broadcast at a press conference, and this is what he said. Mr. President, what can you tell us about the mysterious broadcast interruption in Chattanooga, Tennessee? Do you think that there is a possibility of extraterrestrial life contacting us? That's ridiculous. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It was probably some hacker pulling a prank. It was not serious enough that I would even be briefed on it. The FBI can handle it. If there was an extraterrestrial threat against the United States, I think I would be the first one to know about it. Okay? Okay. This is just fake news. Fake news. Can I have a real question, please? Well, there's Donald Trump again, bashing the media, just because he doesn't like them. He doesn't like the media. I don't know what his problem is. Alright, well, our show asked the FBI to comment about this situation, and they said it is currently an ongoing investigation, so they cannot make any comment on it at this time. Well, I will keep you guys informed if any more developing information comes out about the story. Coming up next, should we suspend social distancing to help out our neighbors after the aftermath of the tornadoes? Mark Siegel and Alex McFarland to debate that. Later, why is Donald Trump putting America in danger with false lies about COVID-19? I have Democratic strategist Lisa Pluto to unpack that for us after the break.
Yesterday will likely be seen as a turning point for the better. Last night, a short video appeared on the internet. It was not produced by epidemiologists. It was shot on an iPhone in a kitchen by a guy who runs a sports site. But in 3 minutes and 37 seconds, Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports laid out perhaps better than anyone ever has the absurdity of our current lockdown strategy. Here's part of it.
What the going on? When did this become flatten the curve, flatten the curve, flatten the curve to we have to find a cure or everyone's going to die? Find a cure? Who says we're going to find a cure? People have been mentally preparing. We're doing what you ask. We've done exactly what you said. Now you're changing the rules.
In barely 24 hours, that clip, which you should look up if you haven't already before it's pulled down, has been viewed close to 5 million times. We're happy to have Dave Portnoy join us tonight. So, Dave, what inspired you to do this, to make this video?
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, Tucker, I've been in the stock market. The stock market tanked, and a lot of it tanked basically on, Fauci going before the Senate and talking about the future, and the LA mayor saying he was going to lock the city down until they found the cure. And I'm in New York City, so I'm in the heart of it. And, I've been inside. I haven't gone outside in months. And to me, New York City is kind of at, corona fatigue, like the rest of the country. But everybody is trying to do their best, which is stay inside, social distance, flatten the curve. That kind of, the combination of the hearings and the Senate and
Civil authorities in your area have issued a civil danger warning for the following counties: Skagit, Snohomish, and Whatcom until further notice. The recent problem with giant Asian hornets has gotten worse. There are reports of these hornets attacking human beings and killing them in large swarms. At this time there are 20 deaths reported. We recommend to stay indoors until this situation can be dealt with by local authorities and insect experts. The giant Asian hornet, which sometimes called the murder hornet, are about 2 inches long. They have a large orange head with large mandibles which are teeth. It has long antennae. Their body is orange with black stripes. If you see any of these creatures, move away from them immediately. They are extremely aggressive for unknown reasons. They seem to attack any living thing that they see. Fly swatters will not be very effective against the creatures, so do not attempt to kill one. This is a very dangerous situation, so we recommend you stay at home. This is WATY 92. We will continue to serve Whatcom area. If this is not your area, then tune into local news and media outlets providing news and information for your area.
Really sorry.
Ooh, look, Sabrina, it's him as a superhero. And look who he's saving. It's Marinette. He is so totally crushing on you, Marinette.
Give me that. Enough! Nathaniel, go!
Artists can be so emotional. I love it. Fly to him, my little Akuma. Draw him into our evil web. Are you tired of having your creative spirit crushed? Evil Illustrator, I'm your friend and patron of the arts.
Connection established. Citizens of the United States of America, you have not complied with the demands that I have made 2 weeks prior. This meant that I needed to take action against your people. Since it is not your fault that your pathetic government hid me from the majority of the population, I decided not to sink your country into the ocean. However, I never make empty threats. In response to your government's insubordination, we acquired a few specimens which you call murder hornets and genetically modified them to attack all living beings, including plant life. I released the genetically modified hornets into Canada and the state of Washington. These insects will continue to spread across your country and murder people until your government agrees to talk about conserving your resources. Further refusal will result in more punishment for your people. President Donald J. Trump, I know you lied at that press conference. You did know about me. See how corrupt your politicians are. Even the great Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, knew about me. In fact, all of Congress was briefed about me, and they passed it off as a coronavirus meeting. Speaking of your coronavirus situation, we may have an antidote for this particular coronavirus. We would be willing to give it to you if you would comply. As for the hornets, they can be disabled with a press of a button. One press and then they all die. You will have only 5 days until the hornets spread across the country. They reproduce unnaturally quickly. This is your last and only chance.